rules have changed. There's a fine line between right and wrong. And somewhere in the shadows, he'll send us in to find them.
126 actual. Target is in the main house. You have executed already.
Bravo 6. Going dark.
What's up, goats? Today we're going to be looking at Call of Duty Modern Warfare, released in 2019. Now, don't get this confused with Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare or Call of Duty Modern Warfare Remastered, which came out in 2016. This is a remake of the OG COD 4 that's in its own timeline. Now, before we get started, I have to say, from a technical standpoint, this game fucking sucks. I had to replay multiple missions since for some reason this game hates my recording software. But if you see any framey parts in this video, it's the game's fault, not mine. Also, I skipped the BO4 because, you know, it's got no campaign. But let's get into it.
Echo 3-1 to Charlie 2 actual.
Go for actual.
LZ is in sight.
Looks like our boys are right on time, Colonel.
This mission, you're introduced to Alex, who's a CIA agent on his way to a Russian base to steal some toxic gas that this dude named Barkov is making. You actually get introduced to Laswell, who's Alex's CIA handler. You walk through the forest, and man, this game looks so fucking good. It's not even funny. You drop these dudes, and I appreciate that you actually walk the same speed as your teammates for once. You pull out the binos and start to scout the base for Russian soldiers. It seems that they're all mercenaries, so you light them up. You walk through the door and drop down. You drop these dudes and move up to the gate, and god damn, this game looks so fucking good! Actually, I decided to play this game on realistic, since it's the only way to get rid of all of your HUD. You walk through this building, and this dude opens the door. Then you start fighting in the train yard, and damn, well, I guess that's why they call it realistic. While you're fighting, you also have to suppress the LMG nest up top, but eventually you shit on the LMG guy and clear the parking area. You mask up and start to head in, but they cut the power, so you turn on your flashlight and move in. You legit can't see shit without it, and it's pretty suspenseful since you die in like 3 bullets. You turn the power on and whip out this little thingy to verify the gas. It's green, so you start to extract it.
Point for egress.
You wake up and your Marines get shit on. These dudes seem to be surprised that the Americans are here, but they take the gas and dip. Then a cutscene plays where Laswell gets yelled at by this bitch named Lyons. Then Laswell contacts this dude named Captain Price. I don't know who that is. Then the mission ends. I'll give it a solid 8 out of 10. It was a little short, but I like the tactical approach of this campaign.
Do we have snipers in position?
Negative, Sergeant. Can't unduly alarm the public.
Terrorists know that too, sir.
Garrick, don't turn London into a war zone, clear?
This mission, you're introduced as Sergeant Kyle Garrick, a British SAS soldier tasked with tracking a terrorist cell of an organization called Al-Qatar. You see these dudes have guns, so you hop out of the car and begin to advance on the van.
Police, freeze! Get your hands up now! Get down on the ground! I'm not gonna tell you again!
Holy shit. You drop the dudes and start to clear the square. And this part is really hard. You can't really tell at a glance who has guns or not. Like, okay, that was a little bit retarded by me, but like, what the fuck was that shit? Then you reach this building and move the door when this motherfucker comes at you. Price saves you like a G, and you start to move in.
Check those corners.
My nigga.
You hear hostages and move up the stairs. You try to open it, but there's no time. So what, are you gonna like get it off the last minute or something?
What are you doing? No! No!
Damn, that was crazy. Then a cutscene plays where Garrick tells Price they had a ton of intel on this attack, but thanks to rules of engagement, they couldn't do shit. Now Garrick is a part of Price's squad. Then the mission ends. I'll give it an 8 out of 10. It reminded me of that one Modern Warfare 3 mission with the bomb, and it was also really short.
These tunnels are our lifeline. We have intel Russian troop commanders are in town today. We're going to ambush them.
This mission you're back playing as Alex in the fictional country of Urzikstan. He's here to locate the stolen Russian gas from the first mission, but to do that you'll need help from the locals. So we're now introduced to Farah and Hadir, who are leaders of the rebellion there. And I'm not talking about Star Wars, but I almost kill Farah right there and take the detonator. You disguise yourself and follow Farah outside, where you see and hear a ton of horrible shit that the Russians are doing to these people. You have to split off of Farah and carry a cinder block around. And I guess the guards don't like it when you stare at them because they shit on me. They also don't like it when you don't have a cinder block for some reason. But you see Farah shitting on dudes, and you bonk this dude on the head. You follow Farah some more, but are blocked by some guards. So you scavenge nearby vehicles for an oil filter they use as a suppressor. You shit on these dudes.
Go, shoot!
God damn, Farah. You shit on these dudes inside, and Farah gets the explosives. You then see some people hanging out, and move up. You climb the ladder and see 2 helicopters you have to plant C4 on. And this is when the mission sorta opens up, meaning there are multiple paths to take to the choppers. Look at this fucking guy. He throws the brick in the corner and just takes a break. That's why I got killed last time, you bitch. You reach the first chopper and plant the C4. You make your way across the bridge, and I see this dog. Yo, I think I got him. You plant the second C4 and make your way back to Farah and blow it. Some trucks show up, so you and Farah seize the opportunity and plant some C4. Now you run down the street and run into the whole ass Russian army. Farah takes the backpack joke too seriously, and now you're running from the Russians. You escape them in record time and reach this field of bodies, so you gotta pretend to be one in an homage to COD 4. You drop these Russians and start to follow Farah into this building. Then the mission ends. I'll give it a 6 out of 10. Unlike the last two, this mission was super long, but still short if you know what I mean.
I told you we have our ways. No grenades, so we improvise.
Not bad.
Think we fight this war with sticks and stones?
Still playing as Alex, this mission takes place a couple of hours later. You and the rebels are attacking Barkov's airbase and capturing it. These motherfuckers got like 1,000 drones with C4 on them, but can't afford grenades. After you use the drones, you watch Farah give a speech and... I noticed you're invincible while running up the valley, which is good because I get shit on. But now you're in the base killing motherfuckers. And so far, this is definitely the hardest mission since there's like 1,000 guys all hiding in corners and shit. But you still get to use the RC planes, which are pretty much just nukes. Your objective right now is to reach the armory, which is in the red building, and clear it. I breached the door and these dudes are already dead from the drones. Told you they were pretty much nukes. The gates are locked, so Hadir busts it open. And then this chopper shows up. Not for long though. This part gave me a lot of shit since they hide like bitches, and I accidentally shit on my own teammates. The drones go down and Alex says he has a chopper on the way. This part is pretty bullshit. Look at this shit. I fucking pee for 1 second and almost die. But you clear the airstrip and the hangar, and you go to open the door, but it's locked. So you boost Hadir up and he pulls you up. Then you clear the building. You walk outside and reinforcements show up, including a fucking APC. But I found a god spot where it can't hit you. Eventually the chopper shows up and shits on absolutely everyone. Then the mission ends. I'll give it a 7 out of 10. Pretty average mission.
Rockets are up, boys. Let's kick this off.
This mission you're playing is Garrick, back in London. Here you're infiltrating a townhouse that the terrorist cell has made their base to find information on the Wolf, the Alcatel's leader. This mission is definitely slower pace, and I think that actually works really well here. You climb up this ladder and this lady gets shit on. You then move to the front of the room and shit on these 3. You slowly move up the stairs and breach this room.
Two X-rays down.
You shit on this dude in the bathroom and move up the stairs. Your teammate gets shit on, so you chuck a flash in and shit on him. And always check those corners, man. I don't know what dude thought he was gonna do, but you start moving up the stairs again. You open the door and this lady got an AK in the same room as the baby. Nah, I'm not gonna do it, you sick bastards. You breach the other room and this motherfucker tries to hide under the bed and gets shit on. You walk up the stairs one more time and Price breaks the lock. Then this bitch tries to run, so I drop her ass. And it turns out she was going for a detonator. But you find the Wolf's location and the mission ends. I'll give it a 10 out of 10. One of the best missions in the series. Really unique, and that slower pace really helped out here.
The hospital is at the end of the road.
Half a click.
I'll be hoofing it with the Marines.
This mission you play as Alex back in Urzikstan and are moving with Sergeant Griggs and the Marines to the hospital where the Wolf is located. And these Marines couldn't be any more Marine.
Clean up on all 6, baby!
A new mechanic shows up allowing you to disarm traps. Shit hits the fan pretty quick with your APC blowing up and then getting suppressed by an LMG, so you smoke it and move up. You start fighting against another big open area with a shit ton of enemies. But I'm not going to mark it off for that, since I'm playing on realistic and my view is kind of skewed here. I work my way around the back of this building and shit on some fools. Eventually, you reach the building with the LMG and have to clear the stairs of the trap. You flank those bastards and shit on them. Now it's time to move to the hospital, so you make your way outside. And it's another big open area, and it's pretty fucking annoying getting up to the front, but you shit on dudes and enter the hospital. You clear the lobby and open the door, and there's a fuck ton of civilians with the bad guys behind them. Now this fucking part was actual bullshit. Like, look at this. How the fuck am I supposed to prepare for that shit? But eventually you make it past the reception area and walk up the stairs and enter this morgue of civilians, and this dude pops up and I shit on him. Fuck he thought he was gonna do there. Then another fucking LMG posts up at the end of the hallway, so you have to slowly make your way down by waiting for it to stop firing. It's pretty slow and bullshit since the 725 is the unpatched version in the campaign. You use a snake cam under the door and see the wolf is about to execute 3 Marines, so you climb through the window and start to flank around. But you gotta be very careful since there's a trap behind this door. Eventually you reach him and
Always.
then the mission ends. Honestly, not too bad, so I'll give it a 7 out of 10. But I died like 7 times, mainly in that shitty ass reception area. Fuck that area.
Copy 3-1. Bravo's on station. Reposition and prep for evac.
30 seconds.
Roger, 30 seconds.
This mission you're still in Urzikstan, but you're playing as Garrick now. You and Price are on your way to secure the wolf at the US Embassy, since it's under attack. You start taking gunfire and
I'm good.
you get up and make your way inside and see everyone is in a panic. And this dude thinks we're here for him, you fucking dumbass. You see that they breached the door and got inside. You open the door and see this dude named the Butcher about to kill these guys. So you open the door and nah, he actually kills the dad, and then kills the kid, but they pussy out last second and don't show it. The Butcher is basically the right-hand man to the wolf, so that's why he's trying to get him back. You reach this room and they bust in and shit on me. Eventually you move up and start clearing the hallways. This is a pretty cool area since all of the glass you see is bulletproof, so you can just pre-fire the shit out of them. But they can also just pre-fire you. You reach this hallway and Price opens the door. You're in the basement and clear it. Then you get to the bunker and see Alex, Hadir, and Farah guarding the wolf. You need the ambassador's key card, so you go to the oh, this dumbass bitch. Okay, now you have to lead the assistant to you, and this part is pretty shit and boring and completely fucks up the pacing of the mission. After about like 3 minutes, you get her to the door and make your way to the garage to leave. You open the door and start shitting on fools. This part is pretty hard since you legit can't see where you're getting shot from, but you move up the street and down the alley. I should drop your little bitch ass right now. You reach the compound and put the wolf in a secure room. You head outside and set up for defense. You see some bitches across the street, and they start shooting all of the lights out, so you have to launch a flare in order to see the bitches in the field. After fighting for a while, they get mortars and just shit on your building, so you head down and start defending from here. Eventually you kill them all and resupply in the building. Then you get what looks like a fucking lightsaber, but it's actually just a drone marker. So you head up the ladder and start marking targets. You see a car on the street, but it's just a motherfucker driving through a war zone, all nonchalant and shit. But they send out some trucks, so you take them out. They start firing more mortars, so you and Hadir start moving to take them down. You boost Hadir over the wall and he comedically opens the door. Now you have to clear the house. And this motherfucker just camping in the bathroom, bro. Dead ass a Warzone player. And somehow he survived a pre-fire, so I chuck a nade there. And somehow he survived that shit. But you clear the mortar nest and head back to the compound. But now they're inside the walls, so you have to make your way to the wolf. And I died here so many times, it's not even funny. Oh my god! Fuck! I was... You make it inside and rescue Stacy. You open the door, but the motherfucker is gone. Then the mission ends, so I'll give it a 6 out of 10. The guiding the bitch around part was so annoying, but it wasn't really annoying, it was just kind of boring. Fuck that mission.
The highway is below us. Hadir has reinforcements in position to ambush the wolf.
This mission you're playing as Alex and have to set an ambush for the wolf on this highway of death. Actually, the highway of death is a real place that happened during the Gulf War, but in the game they say the Russians bombed it, but in real life it was actually the Americans who did it. So I don't know what's up with that. Anyway, you follow Farah to this roof and Hadir gives you a sniper. And welcome to the most boring fucking mission of all time. You legit just sit here and wait for the whole fucking mission. At first you watch these guys for a bit. Then they set up a target so you hit it. Then you have to hit an even farther target. And there's a COD 4 reference here.
I heard that.
You deadass wait for like a minute until these scouts show up, so you take them out and booby trap the car. Then the main force pulls up, you blow the car and start shitting on fools. Oh, by the way, this is the wolf's convoy, so that's why we're attacking. And the gore is actually pretty good with the sniper. Eventually they start moving up to your position, so you have to defend for a bit. They start launching mortars, so you have to take out like 3 of them. Then a suicide truck shows up, and you have to try to shoot the driver out. Big ass explosion. After that, you move to the armory and resupply.
Explosives, Hadir?
Never too much. Same as before. Enemies get close.
You go to talk to Captain Price on the radio.
Headed your way. The Russians
Dude, that gore was fucking immaculate, and it actually scared the shit out of me too. But now you have to counter snipe. Eventually you shit on him. Now the Russians show up, and you gotta shoot the tires of the troop carriers to stop them. They make it up though, and Hadir says he has more firepower in a truck, so you follow him.
Russian gas.
Yes! And now we send it back to the Russians.
Okay, so bitch-ass Hadir is the one who stole the gas. You follow him to the bunker, and he puts a gas mask on you, and Farah doesn't seem too happy. Then the mission ends. Honestly, I'll give it a 5 out of 10. It was super boring, but the plot twist was okay. This mission you play as a bitch-ass little girl. Nah, you actually play as Farah 20 years ago, and she's buried by debris. So you gotta make some noise with a rock so they can rescue you. Close your eyes, bitch. Damn. You get back to father, and another bomb drops. Then you and father start heading home since mom's dead. I think this mission does real well showing these innocent people caught in the middle of a war. But you meet this dude and his daughter, but they get shit on like instantly. You follow father down the alley and cross the street. Then they start using the Russian gas. You get inside and see Hadir, then you start to leave. Then this big fucker busts in and shits on Hadir, then shits on dad. So now you have to play cat and mouse with him. You find a screwdriver and dig into his leg. Do that 2 more times till he stops being retarded and grabs you and starts to choke you out. And then Hadir comes in with the big stabs. Wait, how is he holding him in a headlock? Eventually he gets the upper hand, so you grab the AK and shit on him. You grab his gas mask and try to take the AK, but the motherfucker fell on it. And then you pay your respects to dad, who dies right there.
Goodbye, Daddy. I love you.
Yeah, the voice acting is just not good at all, so 2 out of 10 for the voice act. You break the lock and head outside, and crawl under this wall and see a dead kid. Then you walk across the playground and see a— oh hell no, that's where I draw the line. No dead dogs right now. You sneak around some more until you reach these poppy flowers. You now have to sneak through and grab this gun and shit on these dudes. Yo, how are you gonna get bodied by an 8-year-old, man? You get in the truck, but Barkov captures you. Then the mission ends. I'll give it a 6 out of 10. It's cool to see some backstory, but it was pretty boring gameplay wise.
Let's nail this bastard. Actual to 3-1, hold orbit.
Roger, action. Standing by.
This mission you play as Garrick and are on your way to capture the wolf and Hadir since he joined the wolf's terrorist group. You land and have to clear this building, and it's pretty bullshit because this motherfucker pre-fires you around the corner. But you take them down, and why would you pull a gun on me, you dumb bitch? You breach the gate and move up to the next building. You walk in and clear the left room. You shit on this bitch and start clearing the rest of the room. You cut the power and start moving up the stairs. You enter the hallway and shit on this dude. You enter this room and clear it. You move up the stairs for the last time and clear the left room. Then you head out on the balcony and shit on this dude. Then this dude hiding in the closet shits on 2 tier 1 operators. No Hadir or wolf, so you head back down to the first floor, and this woman kindly tells us where the wolf is. So you meet up with Alex and Farah. Oh, by the way, Price and Garrick rescued Alex and Farah from the Russian gas, so that's why they're here. Alex starts climbing down the rope when they're chilling. So now you play as Alex in this dark ass tunnel. They cut the lights and you legit can't see shit. You got a shotgun, but I still get shit on. This part is pretty nerve wracking since you don't know where they're gonna come out of next. It's kind of like that BO1 Vietnam mission where you're going through the tunnels and shit. But you move up while killing motherfuckers, and they got like a dragon or some shit. But you move up and crawl through this tiny ass tunnel. Then Hadir starts talking to you. You shit on this dude and move through the tunnel some more. You move through the tunnels clearing it until you get split up from Farah, so you're on your own. And they have this creepy ass bear watching the TV. Why do? You start moving and have to push his minecart to continue. Then I just shit on these dudes hard.
Kobe!
You reach this area and they start trying to burn you. So you push a minecart again and get up and start fighting your way to the top. tell me why you said cuz like.
I said forget about it, cuz.
You find the wolf and shit on him, but now you have to defuse the vest.
Up one. In 2, 1. Now.
After you defuse it, the mission ends. I give it an 8 out of 10. It was pretty nerve-wracking and fun. I died 11 times though, mostly due to bullshit campers that hide in the fucking corners like the multiplayer.
Sister, wake up.
Adair, is that you?
Yes, let me see you.
This mission starts 10 years ago, back playing as younger Farah. You're still imprisoned by bitch-ass Barkov, but in the cutscene back in the present, it seems that the US government will now treat Farah's forces as terrorists.
Will you keep your muppets on a short string, Colonel?
Or what?
I'll fucking earn you from it.
Alex calls bullshit and basically quits the CIA to support Farah. Back in the mission, Hadir snatched a key and tosses it to you. Then Barkov shows up and enters your cell. He taunts you with water, and like something that Pearson would do, he pours it out. But then he escorts you to this chair and starts asking about someone named Commander Kareem, and then you get to choose your response. I think I chose wrong, so he waterboards me, and it's like a little mini game where you have to take a breath at the right moment. Again, I choose the wrong option, so he brings in this chick I don't know and threatens to kill her. Like, I fucking care. Then the bastard waterboards me again, but I pass it, cause I'm nasty like that. But I answer wrong and he shits on the girl. You wake up back in your cell and he taunts you with food, but then he throws a tantrum. And then he reveals that he knows that you're Kareem, so that shit was just for no reason, basically. And then he bitch slaps me. He starts choking you, but some bombs get him off, and he just runs away like a pussy. Your restraints are loose, so you get yourself out and pick up the spoon, which becomes a shiv. Nice. You open this grate and are now in the other cell. You throw a rock in this butt and are now out of the cells. You use the chair to climb up and start crawling and shit to the bathrooms, where you stab this dude and take his gun. You shit on his partner and release your fellow captives, and use the key Hadir give you to unlock the armory. Now you have to fight your way to Hadir. You clear the area and head outside and see that Barkov dipped, and now you got a sniper on your ass while also killing Russians on the ground. It's a pretty open area and the sniper is super fucking annoying, but eventually you reach the building and open this door.
There's a way through here.
What they did? I see
Don't shoot.
Who's Commander Kareem?
I'm Kareem.
We got your messages. Lieutenant John Price. Where are the others?
Honestly, I don't know if there's a more cursed thing than fucking Price without his glorious facial hair. But you find Hadir and bust open the door. Then the mission ends. Yo, Farah got that fresh cut though. I'll give it a 7 out of 10. More backstory for Farah, and it was cool seeing younger Captain Price. I missed the mustache though.
That's a hell of a view, Nikolai.
Was the capital before Moscow?
The good old days.
I got 2 on the door.
More Alcotel inside.
This mission you play as Garrick and are in Russia, since you track the butcher here. And you're also introduced to Nikolai, which is pretty cool. You grab a weapon and head downstairs into the alley, and you shit on all the guards and move into the building. You gotta be careful though, cause you need the butcher alive to lead you to the rest of the Russian gas. You overhear the butcher talking about unleashing the gas on the Russian people, so you shit on his friends and start chasing him. He runs into this bar, and I gotta pat myself on the back here, cause look how cleanly I clear the area. Ooh, shit on him. God damn. You chase the butcher into the street and clear the area. You enter the apartments where I almost shit on this kid, but I bust in and a motherfucker drops a nade and my dumbass thought I could throw it back. Spoiler alert, you can't. But you jump out the window and cross the bridge. You clear the street and chase him into an alley where I shit on these dudes and reach another fucking bar. What the hell? But this one gave me a little trouble because for some reason Garrick went for a high five or some shit. But I see he's escaping and run outside and that's fucking bullshit. I was right fucking there. But he actually gets shit on by Nikolai and he drags him and puts him in the back of the van. But the van isn't starting, so you have to defend it while it starts, which only lasts about 1 to 2 minutes. It's not long at all. It fades to black and it shows you guys torturing the butcher, but he's not breaking. Garrick loses his cool, so you go and get the package from Nikolai.
Bargaining
Let us
chips.
go. We know nothing.
For negotiation.
You escort his wife and kid to the room, and Price says I can opt out, but fuck that, we going all in, baby. Igor's a pussy and leaves, and you pick up the revolver and aim it at his family. He's still bullshitting, so I pull the trigger.
Nothing here will change that.
What the hell?
You pulled the hammer, Sergeant, not me.
Bryce gives you the bullets and he breaks instantly.
Sergeant.
Motherfucker really thought it wasn't gonna kill him. Then the mission ends like Spider-Man Homecoming, where they left a note on the gas. I'll give it an 8 out of 10. I don't know why, but this mission was really entertaining to me. Probably the satisfaction of killing that bastard.
Alcatala search party.
Hadir brought AQ.
They're still looking.
We're not too late then. Let's get Hadir before he starts a Third World War in Barkov's basement.
This mission you're still playing as Garrick, and you and Price are moving to infiltrate Barkov's home in Moldova, which is right here on the map. See guys, I can teach you stuff too, since that's where Butcher told us Hadir is. Use the dark to hide from these dudes and move up to the shed. You cut the power and this dude comes out, so Price shits on him. You see more dudes in the field, so you just shit on him. You eventually make it to this cliff and rappel down and shit on these two fuckers. Once on the ground, you have 3 objectives to complete, and you can complete them in any order you want. So I go for the clock tower first and shut off the lights. It appears they're talking to some hostage, but he has no useful information for me. So I start moving to the church when a goddamn truck almost catches me. But inside the church is another hostage, and apparently the hostages are Barkov's family. So you move to the last area, which is the pool house, and this hostage gives you a code. So you have to meet Captain Price on the 3rd floor of the main house. Then they turn the lights on, and this is where I got stuck for a while. They started searching the house, and I kept dying because I got a really shitty checkpoint. So eventually I said fuck it and booked it up the stairs. You enter the code and Hadir's there. He gives you the plans for the Russian gas factory, and a fucking chopper starts firing. You bust open the door and move down the stairs.
Stand the hornet's nest in here. Barkov on heads for this.
You then see this one Russian almost solo Captain Price when Hadir helps.
On your feet, we are leaving. He said it. He said it.
Now begins the bullshit. You get the Odin, which is a fucking shit gun, and you could barely see motherfuckers. But you make it outside, but the chopper is still above, so you move house to house clearing them until you reach this tunnel. You put Hadir in custody and the mission ends. I'll give it an 8 out of 10. It was pretty fun, and I like how you could do the objectives in any order you want.
Girls run. Let's see who's on. Perimeter's open, Kate. We're moving in.
This mission you play as Alex and are assaulting Barkov's gas factory, but in the cutscene you give Hadir to Laswell so she can give him to Russia for some reason. Then they go to Urzikstan to ask for Farah's help. I don't know why she wouldn't trust Price after everything he's done for her, but she agrees. Back to the mission. Fuck this mission. You get Hadir's sniper, but can also call in drone support. But holy shit, this mission pissed me off. There's like fucking 1,000 guys everywhere, and they all blend into the trees and shit. You push up the hill and your APC gets fucked, so you have to slowly move up while clearing out the area. Look at the best clutch you'll ever see. Look, see, okay, I'm one shot, kill this dude, kill another dude, and then while I'm reloading, stab this guy and get the checkpoint. Actual clutch moment right there. I cut this down a ton, but it took me 7 fucking minutes to get to the factory door. Jesus Christ. But once you make it inside, you get ambushed and have to clear the area. You head up these stairs and start making your way to the control room. You meet Nikolai outside and he gives you a detonator. The plan is to plant C4 at the core and start a chain reaction that will blow up the entire facility. This dude with the fire shotgun shits on me, but I clear the area and move to the door. Now you have to fight the Juggernaut. In order to blind him, you can activate these buttons that cover the area in smoke. And surprisingly, I only died once fighting this dude. I thought I would die a lot more. It would have been a lot harder if some like minions came in as well, but whatever. After that, you start moving to the core and Price says that Barkov is running, so you hurry to get to the furnace. A cutscene plays and Alex tells Farah the detonator is fucked, so Farah says she'll go in, but Alex says no and volunteers himself to go in, and Farah lets him. Now it cuts to Price and Garrick, and your objective is to plant the rest of the C4. You get a grenade launcher, but it only has like 3 bullets in it for some reason. But you fight your way through the area until you finally reach these tubes and you plant the charges. You then cut to Farah and you sneak up on Barkov and stab the motherfucker. Now he starts talking, but I just shit on him with like 30 stabs. But somehow he's not dead yet, so you say a one-liner and kick him out.
Shut your mouth. Let's see if dogs can fly.
Then the factory blows up and Alex is presumed dead. Then it cuts to Price talking with Laswell, and she name drops General Shepard and Zakhaev. Then Price has the files of Garrick, who's called Gaz now for some reason, John Soap McTavish, and of course, Simon Riley, or Ghost.
What are you calling this task force?
141.
Are you fucking serious? Okay. Then the game ends. I'll give that mission a 7 out of 10. It was really fucking hard, but that was probably because I was playing on realistic, but it was a pretty solid mission. Well, that was a pretty good campaign. I really enjoyed the grounded, more realistic approach to the campaign, and it really worked well with the top-tier graphics and animations. The characters were pretty good, with Captain Price being the biggest Chad of all time. But what I'm not too crazy about is the weird timelines, because obviously things are different. Like how Garrick is Gaz and him and Griggs are alive somehow. So the events of COD 4 didn't happen, But then at the end, they talk about Zakhaev and Pripyat, which is where the all gillied up mission takes place. So I don't really like how they take some things, but then the other things are just not there, if you know what I mean. Other than that, it's a pretty solid campaign. It's not like so good your eyes will melt, but it's good enough to remember. So I'll give the overall rating an 8 out of 10. Pretty good. Now the multiplayer. Goddamn. I'm gonna be completely honest, I really hate this multiplayer. I mean, I know some people love it to death, and it revived Call of Duty, but I think a ton of the problems with this game's multiplayer actually came with the final screen before the credits. Call of Duty Warzone, with Modern Warfare underneath. So this game was basically made for Warzone. So all of the weapon tuning, the perks, and the ranking system, they were all made for Warzone. And doing that made this game feel kind of empty in a way. But even the maps that were specifically made for 6v6 are legit some of the worst maps in Call of Duty history. Like, look at all these maps. Fucking, like, all of them suck dick. They're just way too big and way too many camping spots. What I felt like is they wanted to protect new players and stop them from getting shit on every match so that they could stay and buy more skins. Oh, by the way, you remember how Alex died at the end of the campaign? Psych, he's alive, but he's a skin. Yeah. What the fuck is that shit? But I can make a whole video complaining about the multiplayer, but it doesn't really matter since Modern Warfare 2 is coming out in a couple days. So yeah, the multiplayer is shit. Now for Spec Ops / Survival. Honestly, they're not even worth talking about. They're just generic shit missions. But look at this funny clip that we got while playing Spec Ops. What the fuck? What the fuck is going on? But yeah, guys, that was my review on Modern Warfare 2019. Like the video and leave a comment. And it turns out we unlocked a community post, so I'll be sure to be posting on there pretty frequently. Also, announcement regarding the next video in the series. I've made the decision to skip Black Ops Cold War and Vanguard and head straight into Modern Warfare 2. I know some of you might be mad about Cold War and like 2 of you about Vanguard, but eventually I'll get around to them. So of course, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you in the next one. See ya.